This video will outline the exact system that you need to go from procrastinating and feeling awful to taking action and actually achieving your goals. But for those who don't know me, I'm Anthony, and I used to struggle with procrastination. I wasted away for years not using the ambition, the drive that I had within me. And I felt awful. But slowly but surely, I learned about procrastination. I researched for years, 2 years to be exact. And I've started taking action. And I've gotten to the point where I record YouTube videos every single day, and I've done it for the past year. I can condense all of that information I learned so that you can just watch this under 10-minute video and you can come away and start taking action. But before we start taking action, you need to know why you procrastinate. Because it's not a matter of putting a band-aid on an open wound. It's a matter of knowing why you even have that wound in the first place. And you might be thinking that it's because you lack motivation, or you're just lazy, or you just don't want to do it. It's none of that. You're not lazy. You've done hard stuff before. You've experienced procrastination. If you were lazy, then you wouldn't want to stop procrastinating. You just let it happen, as so many people do. You're not lazy. And it's not even really that you don't want to do it. It's a little bit of that, but it goes deeper than that. It's not motivation either. Because you have done things without needing motivation. You've probably brushed your teeth today, and I can bet that you were not motivated to brush your teeth. You don't need motivation to shower either. You have done things without motivation. And it's not like you needed discipline either. You didn't need to force yourself to brush your teeth. It was easy. You didn't need motivation. You didn't need to want to do it, but you didn't need to force yourself to do it. The true answer behind all of this procrastination is that it's emotions. Emotions are why people waste away years of their life. And specifically, it's when negative emotions outweigh positive emotions. That's it. All of those times that you've wasted away is because of this one formula. And when you start to understand this, you'll find out that procrastination is actually very simple. It's difficult, but it's simple. And the way to stop procrastinating with this formula is to either decrease the negative emotions that you have around something, or to increase the positive emotions. To decrease the negative emotions, what you have to do is to make it as easy as humanly possible for yourself. So for reference, this is like swimming. If you're struggling in the water, you're flailing around, then you're not going to go far. But if you're streamlined, you're straight, you have perfect form, then you're just going to glide through the water. No problem. Just like swimming, we need to smooth out the rough edges. We want to make it easy, gliding, streamlined for ourselves. And there's really two ways to do this. Either prepare beforehand and make it easy to do the thing, or make it seem easier to do the thing. So to prepare beforehand, it's really just a matter of setting everything up. I don't need to move my mic away. I don't need to move my camera away. They're just in my room and I don't need to move them. So that means I can literally just stand up. I have a standing desk. And I can just start recording a video. I don't need to set everything up for 30 minutes. I can just start. But perceived difficulty is a different thing. Perceived difficulty is again all in your head. Emotions and this perceived difficulty is just in your head. It's preventing you from taking action, and it's all because you're imagining something. And so to decrease the perceived difficulty, simply say that you're only going to do this thing for 1 minute. I'm not joking. Or if you're really going to go extreme, 5 seconds. I'm not even playing. So let's say you want to work out, but that means you're only going to do one single set of an exercise and that's it. And then afterwards, you'll find that it wasn't even that bad. You'll find that you were putting this off for so long when it wasn't even difficult. And that will give you the full permission to just keep going. You thought you were only going to go for 1 minute, but you ended up going for an hour or 2 hours just because you just started. The start is the hardest part. When you get past the start, everything else becomes easy. Now you know how to decrease the negative emotions, but you still need to know how to increase the positive. And that is entirely subjective. What motivates you is completely different from what motivates me or another person. So I'll just throw out a couple of ideas here, and one of them will stick out to you. One of them will be the exact thing that you need to do, and everything else will become easy afterwards. The first thing you could do is boredom. This sounds funny, but you could genuinely set a timer for 5 minutes, sit down, and stare at a wall for 5 minutes like a psychopath. And again, sounds funny, but when I do this, it works. It's powerful. I don't do this all the time, but when I do, I instantly want to take action. I just want to get the boredom out. It's like taking action becomes the reward of stopping boredom rather than the punishment for stopping fun. This is where you're stopping what you're doing. You're stopping watching YouTube all the time. You're watching whatever you do to procrastinate, and you're denying that fun, that enjoyment, that distraction to instead make yourself bored so that you want to take action. Now, again, I don't do this all the time, but if you do this right now, I promise you, you will want to take action. Another huge thing is enjoyment. As you do these things, as you take action on your goal, you'll find that you actually start to like it. You start to have fun and enjoy what you have to do. For example, I used to hate working out. I used to still do it because I understood the benefits. And I also used the previous principle of decreasing the negative. But I still didn't really like it. Like, yeah, I had the weights in my room. I didn't have to drive to the gym. And I only worked out for 30 minutes, so the perceived difficulty was less. But I still didn't want to do it. I did it, but I had to force myself to do it. But as I've improved my physique, I don't know if it comes off well on camera, but I've improved my physique so much. And I actually started to enjoy working out. Nowadays, I go to a gym that's 20 minutes away, and I also work out for an hour. That means 2 hours of my day to start and finish working out. And yet I'm fine with that. I love working out. And because I love working out, I'm willing to dedicate more time to it. I'm willing to sacrifice more for that goal. And that's the huge thing here. Enjoyment and all of these positive emotions just means that you're willing to sacrifice to reach that goal. And the last thing that you could do is adding fulfillment. Now, all of these are at different levels. So you might use boredom all the time and not really fulfillment, or you could use enjoyment all the time but barely boredom. All of these are at different levels for person to person, but I feel like this is the most important one. Fulfillment comes when you connect the action that you need to take to the overall goal you have. So let's say this YouTube channel. I found it really difficult to record videos. I was so inconsistent. I didn't want to do it, and so I didn't do it. I tried to make it easy, like working out, but even then I still struggled. It was only until I realized that this YouTube channel is the exact way that I can help people. I can improve my skills in speaking and presentation, and I can even make a living for myself. That sudden realization was everything I needed to just take action. I find this so fulfilling, especially the helping people part. I love helping people achieve their goals. And it's only because I just connected this one action of recording a video to the overall goal that I'm still doing this for a year straight. It sounds so simple, but when you realize that working towards your goal means just doing this one thing, it becomes so simple and easy for you to take action. It's genuinely funny. I wish I could go back to my younger self and tell him all of this. I genuinely wish I could save myself those 2 years. So I'm glad you're watching this video. But if you don't implement this very last part, then all of it goes to waste. The most important thing out of this whole video is to implement what you've learned. If you don't implement what you've learned in this video, you would have just wasted the last 10 minutes of your life. Implementation is what leads to action. Action is implementation. So you don't want to watch this video just to feel good. If you watch this video to get some mental masturbation in and then go ahead and watch the next video and then complain to yourself in a few months why you've gotten no progress, that's not going to be you. You are going to actually take action. You're going to implement what you've learned in this video. Now, if you want my personal help with that, I offer procrastination coaching. Here's some reviews, by the way. And if you want my personalized one-to-one help, you can get your free consultation down in the description. But the last thing I want to leave you off with is the importance of time. Time is the single most valuable resource that you can ever have. You can never get more of it, and the amount that you have is always decreasing. And it's not even just about watching this video for 10 minutes. It's about in 10, 20, 50 years, where do you want to be? All of that, all those years that pass, do you want to be in a place where you've been solidly achieving your goals, you've been leveling up, you've been actually doing stuff, and then you look back and you feel so proud? Or are you going to keep wasting time? You're not going to get any results because you just don't take the single step. It's not even a leap of faith. It's just a step and take action. If you're not willing to do that, then I'm sorry. But if you're willing to actually change your life and be proud of yourself for once, then you might as well take action. There's nothing holding you back. I've genuinely taught you everything you need to start taking action. If you want my help, again, link in the description. But this video will be exactly what you'll be looking back at in a year or even a few months. And you'll be thanking yourself that you watched it and then implemented it.